Okay, so let's just go straight in here. So, Aquarius, the first card that I have out here is the Judgment card as well as the Nine of Wands, okay? The Judgment card is basically a situation where you are kind of like, you have to, like in the past, let's just say September, you were going through a major transition period. A lot of you might have to make some type of big decisions about, where do I want my life to be headed, okay? And I feel like you consulted many people. The Judgment card, this is a more like a community, a family card, where it's not just a unilateral decision, things have to be discussed, have to be ironed out, have to be like discussed through a forum with a lot of input. So I feel like you were asking a lot of people for input, or a major decision was decided upon with many people like giving you ideas. So you thought it was done and over with. Okay, let's just say that you thought it was done and over with. You thought that everything was just going to work out. And then I feel like some snags came into the picture, some unintended situations came into the picture, and you're just like, oh no, I thought it was done and over with. I was resting on my laurels. And now you realize that you might have to push forward and fight another day. So whatever was decided upon in September, I feel like there's some backtracking that needs to do. There's some very last minute, kind of annoying, kind of frustrating, some last minute tidying up or tying up loose ends, or some last minute struggle, like snags in the road that you have to push through. And if you are watching this in September, just make sure if this situation sounds familiar to you, try to wrap up all the loose ends, because I feel like something last minute coming through, okay? And then what we have here is the Nine of Swords as well as the Tower. The Nine of Swords indicates a situation where I feel like if we're continuing with the same theme, some last minute thing came into the picture. You're expending a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resources in order to clear it up. And you might be like overworking yourself trying to clear it up there might be a little bit of a time crunch, okay? So you might not have adequate time, or you might have planned for everything else except this one last snag in the picture. And what I'm also sensing is with the Nine of Swords, this is a card about worries, mental anguish, anxiety, loss of sleep, getting nightmares, and being in a situation that makes you feel quite uncomfortable. And I feel like this is like excessive worrying, where there's like a little problem, right? And you blow it out of proportion because you keep dwelling on it. You keep thinking about it. And I feel like for some of you, it could be like communication that came through that really changed the course of action. So some communication coming through, and it presented some ideas that you just didn't expect. Okay, it was very last minute, like monkey wrench in the works. And it could be good or bad, but I definitely feel like something was decided upon, and then now you're like thinking over it and wondering if you made the right choice and wondering if you did the right thing. So I definitely feel something like that coming through. It's also linked up here with the Tower card, and the Tower card indicates major drastic transformation that needed to happen, okay? It was built on a faulty foundation, and now everything is crumbling down. A lot of you are physically just moving your residence, your place of residence. A lot of you might be in a new environment where there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of like, and it's funny because Capricorn got this too. So if you're on the cusp between Capricorn and Aquarius, you might want to watch both, because I feel like for Capricorn, it was the beginning of the month, and for Aquarius, it's coming through. So a lot of you might be simply moving house, trying to find a house, trying to secure a house, and I feel like the new house might not be the most comfortable place that you find yourself in. It might have a lot of noise. There might be something structurally wrong with it, where you just don't feel comfortable. So if this is a new house you're in, I feel like that might be the problem. Okay, I'm actually going to pull out another card, because usually with the Tower and also Ten of Swords, I usually like to pull out another card. Okay, so we have here the Three of Swords in the reverse. This is a separation. This is a separation that is imminent, okay? You have been separated from somebody, you're trying to heal from it, or you're trying to recover from it. And it has been something that has been plaguing you for quite some time. The other alternative, meaning for this is the Heartache card. It has been for quite some time. You're healing from this, okay? So honestly, I feel like a lot of you have made a decision about a relationship partner, for instance, and you have moved on. Like, you have moved on. And I feel like you might get communication that makes you look back, and now you don't know what to do. You know that it's not good for you, and it has caused a lot of pain and heartache in the past. And you can't really backtrack on a decision. So I feel like something came in belatedly, or something came in to change your plans. Like, I do feel some type of a 180 mental turnaround, which is, it's making you pause and reflect, but I feel like you're still going in the same course of you're still doing the same thing. You're still going in the same direction. So I feel like it did give you like a little bit of a concern. It made you think twice, but I feel like you're still proceeding forward, okay? What's coming through here, we do have the Ace of Cups as well as the Prince of Pentacles, excuse me. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Ace of Cups indicates a brand new beginning in love, spiritual enlightenment, also healing. This is a very, very good card, and I know that Aquarius loves seeing this card. It basically means, new love coming into your life in a way that is very emotionally gratifying. It is something that has been, I feel like you have been waiting for quite some time. It feels almost like you have been, just standing still, like your life was on standstill for this one situation. And this situation is coming through now. And it's coming in a way where the other person, I feel like the other person that you're dealing with, whoever is giving you this offer, they are very, very shy, okay? So a lot of you might be dealing with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Others of you might be dealing with a job offer. So this can be, just physically on the material front. A job that you've been waiting on, waiting, has come in. And some of you might have already accepted another job, and now you're just like, what do I do? And then, either way, it seems like a very, very good thing. And at least, I feel like you're going to be quite happy seeing this. Okay, so I feel like some of you, it might be a job offer coming through. The job, if it's a job offer, I feel like it's an entry level or a mid career type of a job. It could even be an internship. It could just even be like a learning experience, because I feel like on an emotional level, it makes you feel really good that they chose you. So I feel like this is a prestigious company or institution that's coming through. The pay might be a little bit less than what you were expecting or what you were used to, but I definitely feel this is a career boosting. This is a what do you call those? Like these are like stepping stone types of positions. That's gonna lead you to, the things that makes you feel really happy down the line professionally. And then for others of you, this is an offer coming through that is very solid and very sound, coming through from an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or the energy of the person is, they're very, very slow. They're like a turtle. They take forever. But once they decide on a course of action, I do feel that they are committed, okay? I feel like, what I'm sensing here is that I'm feeling that this is something, I feel like, first of all, it's a job for a lot of you. And then the other thing that I'm sensing, and I'm going to do the love reading later, okay? The other thing that I'm sensing is that it feels almost like, this is what it feels like to me. It's like you were waiting on something for a really long time. You made a choice to move on. something happens to that situation where they want you back, okay? And now you're skeptical and you're just like, do they want me back because, they like me because of my skills? Or do they want me back because, the other option was like knocked out of the table? So I feel like you're a little bit skeptical. That's what I feel. But you're still very happy that the offer is there. But you're kind of skeptical about, why didn't they want me before? Why did it take so long? So all of these questions are like circling in your head, okay? Now, what's coming in terms of your finances, I feel? We have the Six of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. Both of these are really, really good cards. So there is something karmically very positive that is starting for you guys, Aquarius. So usually when I look at the spread, the Six of Pentacles is a karmic card, okay? So the Five of Pentacles is more like repaying karmic debt. That's how I normally perceive that card, because it's a couple that is bound together in a situation. So it's like some type of a repayment in terms of like emotional debt or financial debt, okay? And I feel like it can also span past lives as well. In this particular instance, this is basically all the karmic debt that you have paid off in the past. They're coming back and they're helping you. They're giving you either a career boost, an income boost, or a public image boost, okay? So both of these things are very, very good, and I feel like whatever you have done in the past, especially Aquarius, if you have done like a lot of community service, I definitely feel like the energy that you're bringing in for this month, it's really going to help boost your career, your public image, and also bring in some important players, mentors, helpers that are going to be pushing you along in the direction that you're meant to be in, okay? So what I'm feeling here with the Six of Pentacles is this is a card about having a lot of money, and it deals with generosity, okay? So I feel like, Aquarius, I feel like a lot of you don't really care about money. You care about, working at a job where your skills are properly applied, and you want to be in a job where other people, where you can make a difference. So whatever that means to you. Income it's important as long as you can find a way to support yourself. But I feel like you're not the type to really go out there and seek those jobs that bring a lot of money. Like you don't really care for that. I feel like majority of you, you care about the actual work that you're doing versus the amount of money that you're paid, okay? So for example, I feel like if you were stuck in a job that you absolutely hate, even though it pays a lot, you wouldn't even care. You would leave, okay? So what I'm sensing here with the Six of Pentacles is this is a situation where there's a lot of money coming through for you, either from financial institutions, usually that's the case, or money that is being returned back to you, okay? So I definitely feel for some of you, this is like past karma, things that we have done right, things that we have repaid. They're basically there's some clearing up of karma that is allowing new opportunities to come through for you. And I feel like the karma came in a way that was very, very slow. And like the whole time you were waiting, like, when is this going to be over? And then all of a sudden, I feel like this month is when, you're getting that green light energy. You're getting a lot of helpers. You're getting people to push you in the right direction. And you're getting a lot of go ahead from other people. What's linked up with that here is the Six of Wands, which indicates a victory, okay? So this is a minor arcana, but it's still a very, very good card. It's something where, it's a situation where somebody is recognizing your hard work. They're recognizing your dedication, and you're being congratulated. There might be even like some party that is thrown for you. There might be people that are coming through to see you on the professional front, and they want you to commend you for something that you've done. So there's a lot of, past karma coming back in a very positive way to help you along with your professional life, okay? What I'm also feeling is whatever you've been waiting on, I feel like it was a very, very long process. And there were a lot of detours associated with it, and you got really frustrated. And I feel like once you stop pushing in that direction and once you ease up, then all of these things start to work for you in your favor. And I feel like it's a very, very slow process, okay? But it's coming in for this month. Um, I'm getting like mid-month, 16th of the month, if you have been applying for work, I feel something coming through that's going to be really good for you. And I feel like if it might not feel like, the ideal job, but I feel like it's a stepping stone job that's going to provide you with a lot of financial security down the line. And it's going to provide a lot of good reception for you, for your professional and for your public image, okay? So don't knock it. Whatever comes through, especially on the 16th, try to sit with it and, really don't dismiss it. Really look at this situation and see if that's something that you can incorporate into your life. But I feel like, coupled with the Ace of Cups, this is something that you want to do anyway. So I do feel like for whatever reason, really sit with it and meditate and really think about that option, okay? Because I feel like it's going to be really positive for you guys professionally. Now, in terms of the advice, what we have here is the Strength card. And the Strength card is basically about resilience, okay? Having emotional and physical strength as well. What I get with this card usually is that it's telling you to be a little bit more patient. So I feel like whatever is coming through, you need to sit with it. Don't jump the gun. Don't act too fast. And I feel like, let me see if there is any type of date. I feel like you might have a lot of luck coming through. You might have a lot of offers that are coming through as well. So don't jump the gun and accept the first thing that comes through. You want to make sure that it is something that you want. It has long-term longevity, which means that, it's not just a job. It has room for growth, that it becomes a career and that you're passionate about it, okay? Because I feel like it's basically telling you to be patient, to keep at it, keep pushing, and keep fighting for another day, okay? Because this is basically, if you keep doing this, I feel like you're going to have that victory, okay? We do have offers coming through in terms of love and relationships as well. So there's going to be some type of long-awaited answer or long-awaited communication that is coming through. I'm going to do your love relationship in a little bit so we can narrow down this situation, but I definitely feel there's something that you've been waiting on. It is coming through for you, and it's telling you to be really, really patient with this. Really think it over, because I feel like the offer is solid, because we have here the Knight of Cups as well as the Knight of Pentacles. And one decision is going to negate the other, okay? So this is not a choice to be made lightly. It is going to require a lot of you sitting down and thinking. And the other thing I want to say is, don't feel obligated to anybody when you are making decisions from the heart. You want it to be authentic. So for example, if you're not in love with someone, but you feel like they've been a really good person, and you feel like, okay, well, they've never done anything bad to me, so I really want to, reciprocate their feelings. Love doesn't work like that, okay? So I feel like don't feel obligated, don't feel guilty about, don't feel like anyone can like guilt trip you into something that you don't want, okay? So this is a month for you to really reassess and really think logically through these decisions, because I feel like that's going to be important for you down the line, okay? It's not so much an emotional month, but I feel like it requires some major putting on your thinking cap and really finding creative solutions